Yeah, guidance is real good. It's 10 out of 10 better than focus. Having more dual shards is also great. Things that are wonderful. What's up? Alright, Weave's an okay draw. Let's lead on focus here. See what we find. Perfect. Means we'll be able to play Weave next turn. Do this, do focus again. Yeah, probably fine. Dingle's a reasonable draw. It means you could Transmog plus Dingle next turn. You want some Z-Bar? Go. I got the hookup. So I'm gonna Diamond Wild Caliban deck. This makes a random troop +2. The scariest thing you can do with Caliban is if they get an 8-drop into play, they can turn it into a Walking Calamity. And keep an eye on the drop frames here. Might need to restart the stream on my mobile internet. We're giving Comcast a chance this morning as opposed to just immediately setting my mobile data on fire. Oh, hey Echoes, you're back on the stateside. I thought it was weird that we hadn't seen you for a while. Welcome back to the US of A. Put a non-resource on top of my deck, I think, here. Morning Star. What time zone are you in, Echoes? So I'm gonna go ahead and play Adjudicator out here, draw 2 cards. Morning, Caravelle Gaming. We've been testing this deck for the CCS, and like, this -1 cost is such a huge upgrade for this deck, it's kind of unreal. Like, the Red Lings matchup got a lot better when you could just, like, keep hands with this early and just, like, play it on 4. It's really strong. Eldurathan's Glory, sure. This is probably a matchup where Glory's not stellar. I still can't decide if Glory's good, better, otherwise in the format. I feel like if the Candle deck is going to be popular, Glory's got to be pretty good. The old 5-mana guidance off the top of the deck. So this card's kind of interesting. It plays the top card of the deck for free, and while the top card of their deck is a resource, it only costs 2. So basically they get to know if they're playing a resource or a non-resource. Mountain Time. Okay. Speaking of resource versus non-resource, play the Sapphire Ice. I think the Ice are better than the coins in this deck. I'm still getting a feel for that. I've got 3 Ice in the deck right now, but not 100% sold one way or another. Morning, Ian. Deploy. So, that's fine, actually, right? Oh. That's really sweet. God, there's so many sweet things to do in this format. So, this card gains you 25 life when it comes into play, and when it leaves, you lose 25 life. But if you play this, and you Wild Shaper Caliban it, you're not going to lose that life afterwards. That's great. Opponent's deck is sweet. So they're going to have to sacrifice this to the Dark Heart, but like if they would have been able to play that and Wild Shaper it, like they'd have kept the 25 life and had an 8-drop. That's hot. Dark Banishing, or Decree Banishing, sure. Dingle this. There might have been merit since I had these Transmogrifades anyways to just like jamming Lanupaw's Sight last turn, but like this turn I get to go Sight into Oracle Song, so like it's probably fine. We are in fact just burgle dirtling with the best of them. Let's do this. Let's play Guidance, draw a card. Ooh, dark card. And I can't play it this turn, but that's fine because it always costs 4. It doesn't have a cost reduction for just the turn because it's great. Yeah, the range of keepable hands, that the ice increases the range of keepable hands by such a good margin, it's kind of insane. Like, they make 1-shard hands keepable. Like Ice Arcane Focus is, like, kind of nuts. Alright, they're going to get their combo off here, so they just put that into play and they gain 25, and now they get to Caliban it. It's a Righteous Vanquisher, okay. Larynx Punchworthy with the 17-month subscription. Welcome back, and thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Alright, well, we're just going to go, like, Turbo Darkheart all over this Bizwitch. Let's just go Darkheart here. My heart is very dark. Yeah, it's interesting. Are there any playable 8-drops in the format? Because, like, if you have that 6-drop and you have a playable 8-drop, you could also, like, use Caliban to flip 8s into, Walking Calamities. Literally have never played the card. I've got 2 copies in the deck. It feels like it's reasonable, but, this is a free block here, since we're going to sacrifice the dark card anyways. Might as well take it. Alright, the stream's going to restart here for a minute on my mobile internet. Be right back. Griffin Bruce with the 11-month resubscription. Help Matt not get lazy and start podcasting. You know you want to. Alright, let's start streaming again. Oh, right. I'm going to have to reconnect to Hex, too. Forgot about that. Maybe I should have done that between games. Alright. We're back on my mobile internet. I'm going to reconnect here. I need to create a Hex splash page instead of just my webcam page like this with the Birds of Paradise behind it. I have my Magic Sponsors page I do when I reconnect on there. Usually we don't have to, the only time we have to restart Hex though is like when my internet sucks, so you don't usually need it that often. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna stop trying the Comcast and just assume it's not gonna work from now on. So I put a plate of Balthazar and drew a bunch of cards. That probably doesn't matter. Hey, look, a weave into nothing. So we got the old triple dark hearts here in play. Look at that, up for over a minute, 0 drop frames. On Comcast, we were dropping almost 1 in 10 frames, which is really bad for those who aren't aware. So they've got 40 life, but like, they're probably not beating these things in here. 3 more weeks till Fiber, exactly, Kickles. And T-Mobile's been, I think with between Transmog and the Unknown, I could just let this resolve. Oh, we knew it was a resource too, so that definitely just let that resolve. God, my poker hand is so great, just like Glory's full. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Balmy breezes blowing through ya. Dark heart sticking it to ya. What does drop frames mean? So dropped frames basically, when you're transmitting video is represented by frames. So the video is transmitting in 30 or 60 frames per second. And basically 1 in 10 frames that I'm sending from my computer isn't getting to the people that are watching Twitch. So 1 in 10 frames is just like not making it across here. So we really don't care about either of these. We're just going to transmog this Dorko after they shift all the stuff onto it. And then it will die a horrible, horrible death to my Dark Arts. Opponent's deck seems like it's really well positioned against aggressive decks in this format. Like Runier with Swift Strike, Flight, and plus defense seems great. So basically, when you see a stream lagging and it's not on your end with your internet, that means the streamer is dropping some amount of frames. I could like play a Glory here and like void these two for like +8 damage this turn, but I think I'd rather just like take the slow grind here. They're dead in 2 either way. Morning Star Sphinx. Crocosaur. Stomp, stomp, roar. What are the odds they have 2 Crocs in their hand right now? Yeah, 10 out of 10, 2 Crocs. Alright, well, let's Into the Unknown this. Pick that one up, and you have no more Crocs in your deck. So, Into the Unknown. Ooh, I get to see what it is? Put target card into its controller's hand. Oh, that's got to be a bug. I got to see that that was a thing. So it puts the card, it's kind of like a Sapphire Hero Fall. It puts the card into their hand and then transforms that Crocosaur and every other Croc in their deck into a different card. So my opponent has no more Crocosaurs left. The card I into the Unknown them into is pretty reasonable though. Into the Unknown has overperformed for you. Yeah, it seems great. It's like Sapphire Hero Fall. And again, we'll just transmog this. The old turn it into something else, and then turn it into something. I guess I could have just weaved that into nothing, but with the transmog in my hand, I think I'd rather save the weave in case they have something that like transmog or Dark Heart doesn't answer. Oh, this is the other Croc. That's funny. Because they did have another Croc. They were gonna Croc and kill the Dark Hearts. Let's transmog that one. Transmog this one. Have some 4-drops. My poor Thunderfield Seer. He's not long for this. Ooh, I found a piece of candy. Ooh, candy. Let's draw some more cards here, why don't we? Alright, pass the turn. He'll die. It'd be a shame if your cards didn't have sockets, opponent. Yeah, damn shame. Yep, sure. 4/4. Balthazar, see, like that. Let's not let them gain 4 life, draw 4 cards, and get another random thing. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. Opponent packs it in. Alright, so what are we doing here? They seem to have a pretty hard time dealing with Dark Hearts. Let's get another one of these in my deck. Let's get plus defense and minus cost. Glory seems pretty mediocre. Into the Unknown seems fine. The random Dingle seems fine. Silver Talon Adjudicator is probably not fantastic in this matchup. I wonder if Runic Diminishing is good. I might pull up a board at some point. Let's put in the Runic Diminishing. Random Diamonds Favor maybe, or Pride's Fall. I guess they have a number of threats that Pride's Fall hits. Let's do 1 Diminishing. I probably don't need 2 PAs. Yeah, let's do this. I like the 2 PA hedge against all the blood decks that I'm expecting in the format and other control decks, but this is not a matchup where we need 2. Yeah, Ascend seems great, right? Needs a threshold, I guess. But, like, I mean, This hand could be great. We have 3 mystery cards in our hand. Could be literally anything. It's like Heart's Desire here. Opponent mulligan, side me up. I think we're just gonna guidance for unless we draw a Sapphire, we're gonna guidance for a resource on 1. Because we do need a second Sapphire here. I did not draw the Sapphire, so we'll guidance for a resource. Ooh, another mystery card. My favorite. Sweet. Hit Sapphires. Next will probably go Slow Shard, Focus. I guess that's fair. I'm not actually sure what's the optimal. What are we supposed to be doing first versus second with guidance and focuses when we have both? Ooh, that's kind of appealing. Yeah, now I'm just going to play this and pass, because if they have a Runic Hierophant, I would like to dingle it. As someone who wants to dirtle around and, like... Yeah, Cabal Therapy is a messed up magic card. Thank God it is not a messed up hex card. Yep, alright, dingle. Ring a ding ding da ding da ding 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 bing a ding ding da ding da ding 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 bing a ding ding da ding da ding 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 ding. Start on this. Start on this. Ooh, resources. This. Runic Diminishing. I think I'd rather take the Lanupaw set at this point. I don't actually have a board. If they do play something else out, I have it Into the Unknown. The fact that Into the Unknown returns it to their hand too is so powerful. Oh god, they just passed the turn. So, this is a really small thing, but when you have focus and sight, you generally want to focus before the sight, and this is a perfect example why. If I would have played Lanupaw's sight this turn, and then focused, I would have seen 2 Prophesized cards here, and I would have put one of these Prophesized cards randomly back into my deck. I think I'm actually just going to pass the turn here, because there's a good chance my opponent has a 5-drop to play next turn, either in an Infinite Tricks with a Slow Shard, or they're one that makes things when they gain life, and I'd like to weave into nothing. Whatever they play. Man, it looks like they're not going to have any things. We're just not going to get to spend our resources. That's really sad. Alright, I think that's still right, though. Like, with the position that we're in, I don't think we need to snowball this Lanupaw set right away. I could, like, just play a Slow Shard here and pass the turn again, and then holding up Weave yet again, and then next turn I can Sight plus hold up a 3-drop still. Yeah, exactly. I think if we're hitting our resources, we're, like, fine not using our resources if they're not using theirs either. Go ahead and weave this. Non-resource on top of my deck. Maybe I'm just supposed to Into the Unknown that, actually. And, like, save the weave for something like a Balthazar. That's pretty good. Yeah, you can target your own troops, put target card. Why wouldn't you be able to target your own stuff? Make the card much worse. Let's do this. I'm just making a choice. A mile and control lifebound, sure. I don't really care about that one. Here there be dragons. Alright. How about here there be dark hearts? I'm just using this. I don't really think I need to hold up Into the Unknown this turn. Famous last words. So this turn they'll sack the Dingler. Okay, yeah, that's kind of punishing. I guess if I hold up Into the Unknown, they don't get to draw 6 cards here. That's fine. I'm up for a challenge. What's wrong with Darkheart? Darkheart was never broken to my knowledge. Alchemy Hex with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support. Welcome. It is Hexy time. Yeah, their deck's neat. Like I said, they seem to have a really good grasp on the aggressive decks in the format, and I love Guidance. Like, Guidance is like Arcane Focus. You should probably be playing Guidance or Focus in whatever you're playing. Does Darkheart do? So Darkheart, at the start of each champion's turn, they have to sacrifice a non-socketed card. So I'm going to have to sacrifice this Thunderfield Seer because it doesn't have sockets in it, but most of my opponent's threats aren't socketed, and there are few socketed threats. I can do things like Transmogrifade or Into the Unknown to turn them into non-socketed cards on average. So Darkheart basically makes them lose a card every single turn. So it kills them and it controls their board. The CCS is until next weekend, Kickles. And I haven't, we actually haven't recorded anything yet. I might do that for some of the next stuff. We work a little bit more. Let's play this. Fate Weave a non-resource to the top. Play the Thunderfield Seer. Pride's Fall is Deece. Play Guidance. Another Pride's Fall. Okay. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. Ooh, another Darkheart. Found a piece of candy! Alright, let's attack with this Darkheart. They're not going to block because they want to sack the Balthazar to the Darkheart next turn. Literally, they know I have a backup Darkheart. So now we're going to play this out, and then they're going to sacrifice both their non-socketed cards here. God, remember that time we let our opponent draw 6 extra cards because I missequenced, and, like, it's probably not going to matter? I guess that's a little bold. They could have, like, a Grove Warden here and, like, eat my Dark Arts, but outside of Grove Warden, they're pretty up a creek without a pedal. Hey, Jacob Jeffrey, here you go. Declan. Alright, hold on. We don't just want any... Oh, that's annoying. I guess they're going to get to use that regardless. I did see the Chalk Bart list. It seemed weird. I'm not really sure what it's doing that's useful. Look, it's tough when you both want the same tablet. Alright, now we've readied with Weave into nothing, so... Honestly, there might have been better to just Pride's Falling this for the 4 points of damage so I could, like, draw the card. Croc, Pitch, Spirit Guide. Things we don't have to deal with at Hex that are great. So they're going to devour a bunch of cards out of my Crypt here. And actually, eating Prophesied cards with the Gargoyle Curator is very good. Yep. That's fine. I mean, like, they drew 6 extra cards this game, and it hasn't mattered. Like, I don't think they're beating these Dark Hearts. Darkheart is going to put them in the ground. The door's open, Natty. Come on over. I'm sure the children would love to see you. This deck's still so good. I think this is one of the best decks at the end of last season, and like between Weave and Into the Unknown and Runic Diminishing, got some really quality upgrades. Yeah, you could play the resource that's on top of your deck. Oh, look. They left plus... Okay, so this is a good example of, like, you should use your gems efficiently. The plus defense really doesn't matter in this matchup for the Runic Hierophant, so, like, my opponent should swap their Miner post-board probably into something like, there's a Fate Weave Miner would probably be good. What did we shuffle around? I cut the Totem Traps and some of the 2-drops. I cut a Silver Talon Adjudicator since we have 8 cantrips. I have a Gargolith. How about another Pride's Fall? Alright, good. Now we talked about it. Ooh, we drew a draw 3. Those are my favorite kind of draws. The draws that draw more draws. And like for Runic Diminishing in the board, I cut the Dread Ends and the Clash of Steels, I believe. So my opponent there had a card that they got to reveal from their hand in order to try and give this 1/1 in Spell Shield until end of turn, so that's why we killed it again. The Merry Caravan. We actually just don't care about that, right? Like, that's just gonna die to the Dark Arts? They could, like, play a resource and, like, make a random 1-drop, but, like, the Dark Arts is just gonna gobble this up. Do they have something to answer one of these Dark Arts? Why are they not blocking here? Oh, geez. That is exactly the card we need to save Weave into nothing for. So this card, Deploy. Each player discards their handing and creates 5 random cards. Let's get that right on out of here. Let's get that one right on out. Goodbye. Another Broski Buck could meet. Nah, probably not. I think this card, Broski Buck, is one of the... Merry Caravan's pretty terrible. But, like, Broski Buck, this is one of the better new cards for wild decks to fight against control. Like, it just negates all the card advantage the control deck has generated, essentially. My opponent's playing some kind of Diamond Wild Brew. Alright. I just get to bounce this, and then they lose. Oh, it's Spell Shields. I can't bounce it. Sure. And then we just draw a card past the turn. They sack both of these, and they're probably dead the following turn. Oh, yeah, we were talking about 8-drops that turn into Calamity. You're right. Alright, sack 2 non-socketed things. Ooh, that's something that can get them back into this. It's the Prophesied Tome. They get to draw another card now. I was like, I don't think they have any outs here, but that's definitely... Could give them another turn. 1 cost Lurgoyle Curator, yep. Yeah, Into the Unknown's kind of a messed up card. It's like Sapphire Hero Fall, basically. Not exactly, but pretty close. Oh, yeah, you're right, Griffin Bruce. I probably could have done that. This transforms their things into -1. That's probably true. I didn't think about that. That's fine. We're probably still winning this game. Do you want Cheerios? Honey Nut Cheerios are the best breakfast, huh? I don't know why they're making so many tombs here. They're gonna need blockers. I'm gonna turn down the sound on Declan's tablet really quick so it doesn't pick up on my microphone. Yeah, so we'll Into the Unknown this, we'll put it back in their hand, and then we'll kill them by attacking with 2 Dark Hearts. Yeah, we're just, you know, we're testing real decks like I could possibly play in the CCS. Like, this is just, like, strict, I think fairly obvious upgrades. I don't feel like I'm giving away any critical technology by, like, showing this deck list on stream. Like, I think a lot of the cards that I've put in here are, like, pretty obvious. Like, these are things you should probably be doing in this deck list. Wild Chipper Caliban's pretty good with Balthazar, too. It'd be a damn shame if someone told you to pick it up. Concedes because they're dead. My opponent's deck seems sweet, but it's probably really poorly positioned against a control deck. Ooh, Plat 1, 3 booster packs. Alright, so if we win the Sex match, we should be into Cosmic. I'm not sure I like this draft format, Marty. The more I play it, the more medium I feel about it. Plus, like, as far as content production goes, like, draft videos are not popular. Like, the draft videos on average see about half as many views as any random constructed video does. It popped up. I got the Plat 1 rewards. I wonder if that was stuck there at the bottom. Back out. Yeah, I'm actually Plat 1 and 3 stars. It popped up. It showed the right thing on the pop-up. That's weird. I didn't notice it got stuck at the bottom there. Triple booster pack opening. We'll probably draft the non-zero amount more. I need to get to Cosmic on the limited side so that way I start next season at Silver. Open the chest. Yeah, it seems pretty decent, right? It's got Seer on 1. It's got Into the Unknown to clean up any mess they put down. Into the Unknown is insane against these constant decks. These decks are unplayable and embarrassing if they don't have their stupid 4-mana Twilight Eclipse. Like, especially the Papa Goop builds, like the Bloodspinner Zorth build like we played the other day can, like, grind people out with Malice plus Dread Banner. Like, this deck, if we, like, Into the Unknown their Twilight Eclipse, like, they're just gonna, like, weep silently. Putting non-resource on top of my deck here. One thing that's worth noting is that using the Fate Weave cards like that does kind of screw with Prophecy a little bit, because, like, if my prophesized action was on top of my deck, I could just potentially have put a non-prophesized action on top of my deck. In fact, statistically, I put a non-prophesized action on top of my deck. Ice, ice, baby. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Look at that. I've been streaming for 20 minutes on, 30 minutes on T-Mobile, 0 drop frames. God bless T-Mobile. You the best. You the best, TMO. Shout out to TMO. T-Mobile. Alright, we're just gonna pass here. Leave up Weave / into the Unknown. If my opponent plays Twilight Eclipse, we're gonna into the Unknown as opposed to weaving it, because I would like to take all of the Twilight Eclipses out of their deck. Yeah, man. Just play your most important card out there. Be a damn shame if it were to turn into something much worse. Pick it up. Darn shame. Their customer service people let me know that intermittent issues like what they're experiencing in my area are the hardest to track down. It's like, well, maybe you should have started fixing your network, I don't know, a decade ago instead of now when it's like wearing down and fumbling. Or like finally fixing your stuff now that a competitor is coming to town. Blackheart Paladin. Alright, we're just gonna weave that into nothing and put a random non-resource on top of our deck. Honestly, maybe I'm just supposed to chump that a couple of times. Yeah, there are, but like, the average one is going to be worse for their deck than Eclipses, I think. And remember, we're down on cards right now, but we've got 2 draws coming up off Dreaming Fox, and at some point we're going to draw the Prophecies action from these 2 dorks. And draw 2 more cards that way. Decree of Banishing by Thunderfield Seer. Deal. Oh, yeah, that's true, Tom. Man, I'm glad we're going to have some extra draws coming up. And opponent's hand's just not really doing a whole lot. I think if we have the right tools like we do in our deck right now, like, opponent's deck is probably at a pretty severe disadvantage. Well, still haven't found a prophesized action. Let's go dig in here. Ooh. When my Adjudicator draws extra cards, we're leading on the Adjudicator as opposed to the Thunderfield, the Lanupaw site, because I want this to draw cards. I guess I should have attacked first, right? Because if they have removal, yeah, they're going to play removal, so I don't draw 2 cards here. Alright, that was loose, I guess. Still think that, I guess, yeah, I should have attacked first. I think this is still the right play. All my Silver Talon Adjudicators are gone. Deal. Yeah, opponent's hand is just, like, full of removal. At some point, we're going to draw a Dark Heart with, like, or a PA, and just, like, bury them in the ground. I think ideally when we hit Dark Heart, we're going to want to make sure we have a... weave into nothing to protect it. Yeah, so let's do that. I'm not going to play this out just yet. Go ahead and play this other Lanupaw site. Weave into nothing? I think I'd rather take the Sapphire Shard that draws 2 cards here than the Unknown. I might play this next turn to try and bait removal. I don't think it's going to avoid anything in their deck. Like, maybe they have a Vampire or 2. Maybe. That's something. There are a lot of good Blood Diamond cards for them to get. Let's lean on Guidance, see what we find. Yeah, Guidance for Guidance. Storm is 2. Storm is 3. Psychic Ascension, you don't say. That's one thing this deck does very well now, is the fact that we have 8 cantrips. You play Psychic Ascension very early, very often. Transmogrifade that, which is actually going to give them a random 3-drop, because it reverts it and then transforms it. Which is kind of sweet for us. All troops in my crypt into phantoms. Do I have any troops in my crypt? 1, 2. That's funny. It's a combo with their thing. I guess if I play Eldurathan Glory, it'll kill this next turn. I want to glory before I play action, so that way I don't void any troops I generate. Ooh, Cyclone Shaper's a good one. Like I said, Psychic Ascension, like, from the board state my opponent has, is likely just going to get buried. Another troop in my crypt for this Dance Macabre. From the ashes, that's rude. It takes one of my troops away. Probably just gonna flip the glory back out, right? And then we'll play Light of Day and get a Daybreak. Oh, Adjudicator draws them cards and gains some life. That seems pretty decent. Vampire Prince is annoying. I like the opponent. They're making a game out of it. Get that. Giving it the old college try over there. Alright, what if I void your thing, get a Daybreak and a random 5-drop? Didn't have Ardent Allegiance. What a punt. We're going to have to Totem Trap the Silver Talon Adjudicator, though. That's a good question. They do play from the ashes. That is not... It's probably just drawing cards. I don't really have a reason to do anything else. Yep. And again, like, this Diamond Sapphire Controlic is probably well positioned. I feel like the two things we've played against so far are just, like, probably good matchups. We are the Constants deck now. Ah, you've activated my trap card, opponent. Next turn, I can play out this Dark Heart, and then protect it with Weave into nothing. Oh no, not a Decree of Banishing. Please don't take my 3/5 away. Please, no, not my 3/5. Anything but that. Another Weave into nothing, you say. Champ Power says, and a Halt. So, if I play this, I'll have 7 left, so I can play the Slow Shard here. This game should be over. The Dark Heart's 10. I mean, the PA was already going to be... Ooh, that Dark Heart draws a card. That Dark Heart draws a card. Alright. Halt! Stop! I really just wanted to say halt, stop. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna counter that one, I think. Gets more pressure on the table. Love to put a non-resource atop of my deck. Oh, this Dark Heart's a 5/7. Because we prophesized it with our other thing. Ooh! Ooh, I found a piece of candy. Oh, everybody's got a water buffalo. Yours is fast, but mine is slow. Where we get them, I don't know. Everybody's got a water buffalo. Took my buffalo to the store. Got his head stuck in the door. Oh, that one draws 2 cards? Oh, geez, there was scrollable text on there. Man, I missed that. That's pretty unlucky. We're gonna have to discard now. We are just the unluckiest. Pretty unlucky. Alright, lose your Daybreaks. I probably have to counter from the ashes here. Massacre. Yeah, I don't care about that one, I don't think. I think the scrolling text is a net positive. It's going to take some getting used to. Oh, geez. This doesn't revert them. So the massacred cards are just going to die right away? Is that what's going to happen here? I feel like that's what's about to happen. Let's try it. You ever see a bunch of phantoms that are immediately going to die? They just conceded. Alright. Alright, well, Verdict into the unknown. I don't think I actually want the extra Dark Heart. Silver Talon Adjudicator's not fantastic. Dingle's kind of mediocre. I think I want the transforms because they showed me princes and princesses. Maybe cut a Seer. Glory's fine because they showed us princes and princesses too. Want to leave a non-zero amount of answers to those. Yeah, I don't want the extra dark card against the blood-based constant stack. This is mostly here for the Redlings matchup. Oh yeah, Diamond's Favor is great. Let's cut a Seer. Cut one Transmogrifade. Yeah, I'm gonna cut one Glory. I don't need two of those. Let's do this. I think Favor's fine. I think if we're not bringing Favor in this matchup, we probably don't want it in our deck. Morning, Dark Wonder. I'm doing swell. Just dirtling around. Who doesn't love a good solid Sapphire Diamond Dirtle Fest? Yeah, Sand seems great, right? Xmog, Verdict, Into the Unknown. It's a simple man who wants to draw a lot of Hex cards. Another Transmogrifade. They showed us two kinds of vampires, Bob, in the second game. So I think I want to leave the Transmogs rather than get eaten alive by a princess. Oh, crap. You know what I didn't do? I've got two Runic Diminishings in the board, and I didn't bring those in. The Runic Diminishings are for the constant stacks. I've been playing 4 in every Diamond deck so far, and I think it's pretty good. I don't actually think Clash... I don't know if Clash of Steel is great. I think it's worse than Runic Diminishing. Runic Diminishing leaves them with a bunch of random chaff, but, like, it means that they don't get to keep their best card. And Runic Diminishing answers the vampires as well. So, like, if we happen to get to a third game here, the Runic Diminishings are going to come in, and I just messed up. I forgot to bring them in. Still getting used to these matchups. Alright, Xmog that guy. Have a 1-1. Good downgrade. Love a Lanupaw site. I think Into the Unknown's still fine. I think while those other cards, the other cards that you're turning the Twilight into are playable, I think on average they're worse in their deck than the card that they'd be playing otherwise. I don't actually think Promiscuous Succubus is very playable. I mean, the Nightfalls and the Daybreaks are like, this is not a playable Hex card. Like, this is, I don't think Papa Goot's a very good champion. So, like, if we're getting rid, if, like, they keep their Daybreaks or their Nightfalls, like, good job. That's kind of a scary one. This lets them draw a card off of our deck every turn, so we're just going to pick that one up. Just get that out of here real quick. So I did actually, and maybe we can play a match or two with it once we get into Cosmic, but it's still pretty bad in my experience. Wait, is Runic Diminishing? I don't think Runic Diminishing is the same shards. Oh, it is the same shards. Huh. Maybe that is worse than Clash. I'm not actually 100% sure there. Oh, that had a prophecy on it. Sweet. I'll clean up their board. We are giving them a window to do something scary here. If they stick Twilight here, we might actually be in trouble. Sure, if this is all they're doing, that's fantastic for us. Weird, I don't remember seeing the 12-month. Ryvik with the 13-month resubscription on the $24.99 sub. Thank you very much for that insane level of support. Welcome back, bud. I really do appreciate it. And now we're kind of under the gun. This card's going to shock us for 4 turns. We're just, like, dead in 4 turns here. Yeah, I think... Well, I didn't realize Runic Diminishing was same shard, so it doesn't actually affect this, right? I'm actually just going to weave this into nothing and put a Nod resource on top of our deck. Winter Moon is kind of good right now. Why is that? Why is Winter Moon good? Real talk. Why is Winter Moon good? Do I want to just play this? I feel like I want to just play this. It's like Snowball here. This gives him a chance to resolve something. I don't have Scouring Lights. I should probably have, I don't think we want Scouring Light necessarily. I think Clash is better. I thought Runic Diminishing was better than it was. Well, that's... Well, now we're dead. Because I tapped out. Our deck is poorly constructed, and we're gonna die because of it. Weird. Stoned Viper! With the 4-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the continued support. I appreciate it. Big Nuki, I'm sure your notification will be coming up here in a second as well. 17-month resubscription. Live the Dirtle. Love the Dirtle. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. There's a 3-drop Blood Diamond card. Okay, I mean, I guess we're bringing this in. I still think this is probably worse than Clash the more I think about it. Diamond Fear... Maybe this card's not worth playing. I don't know. It's okay. I'm just going to do this. Just do this. Yeah, Saint's great, right? Just to go... Kinda, like, so... The thing is, like, your premise there is that Clash is good with Darkheart, and, like, it's great when you're, like, passing to them with Darkheart. In my experience, when your Darkheart is living... You are generally winning the game by enough that, like, you don't need to play other cards to make your Darkheart better. So, like, basically, the logic that you're running with is that I want to play this card because it's really good with my best card. And it's like, well, if I have my best card going, I probably don't need extra help. Is basically what my mindset would be on the black side. There might have been merit to just, like, playing a non-slow shard here, holding up Verdict for a potential Withering Gaze, but it looks like we're not going to get punished. Sure, and that's true, but, like, they could also just be, like, holding up removal for it. And honestly, if you just, like, play Darkheart at any point in there, and, like, the Darkheart's living, you're probably going to contain their board. So, like, you don't need Clash to deal with their out-of-control board. In general, board states where Clash is very good, we probably would have been losing the game leading up to it anyways, so, like, surviving to get to Clash is also a problem. I guess that's slightly less true in the Constance decks, but again, I feel like if we just have Darkheart... Full Metal Adept with the brand new subscription... Thank you very much. I do appreciate that support. Welcome. Make sure after you give it a chance to sync, you head over to discord.com and check out our subs-only Discord server where we talk about Magic and Hex and all sorts of different gaming stuff. I think you could probably just board Darkheart out against the Candlekin deck and just, like, have a bunch of glories as a way to kill them. I think that's fine. I think my opponent has a high enough density of cards that, like, don't really do anything in their deck that I'd rather counter their cards that I actually care about as opposed to trying to counter their cards that generate card advantage. Especially when I have, like, 2 verdicts to, like, stop gazes and stuff like that. I only had one counter. Maybe I'd think about doing that, but like they have so many cards in their hand that I think I'm best off just like doing what I did here and just like fighting over their cards that actually do stuff. Hopefully they give us something to Into the Unknown next turn, so that way we can draw a card off this Prophecy. Strangle. Why is Strangle in their deck? So they must not have enough board cards for this matchup, because Strangle doesn't kill Darkheart. It literally only kills this and Adjudicator. No, opponent, you're supposed to play a Hex card. Alright, and I'm gonna Fate Weave for a resource here, so that way we can play our 7th and hit our Champ Power next turn. Like, that was better than a coin would have been. You know, we really want to hit most of our resource drops in this deck, so, like, the Fate Weave shards, like, we want to play shards anyways. What you got, opponent? I'm gonna Verdict to the Ancient Kings of Withering Gaze here. What? Oh, they're just playing it out because they're going to have to discard otherwise? That's funny. It, like, adds to the board. I agree with your assessment, opponent, that you probably don't need Decree of Banishing. That just adds to their constant count for Twilight down the load. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen and then into the Unknown it, so I could just like draw my card off this Prophecy. They also have to discard a card this way, so like we're generating virtual card advantage by like making my opponent discard a card here, which is great. Man, yeah, I'll play the Dark card out, I guess. There might be merit to waiting a turn on this, because next turn I could hold up a Weave plus Verdict, but they have double removal, And, like, if one of their pieces of removal is Decree of Banishing, like, I could Into the Unknown that. They try and Hero Fall me, we'll Weave. Bring to Justice. Yeah, I'm gonna Weave that. I think that's fine. Got a non-resource on top of my deck guaranteed here. This is, like, my way we're gonna kill them. If they, like, Hero Fall in response, okay, yeah, that's a good play on the opponent's part. Like, lead on the removal that they want to resolve less, since I obviously only have one piece of removal up, and, like, now I don't have Dark Hearts in my deck, so, like, I'm gonna need the PA to go over the top of them. So maybe that was a missequence on my part. Opponent played that well. Like, not in a bad spot, but, like, we don't have a way to actually close this game out at this point. I guess we have 2 PAs in our 38 cards, so hopefully that happens. Like, my opponent sitting here gaining life, like, really doesn't matter. This puts eggs in our deck every time it fucking hits us, right? That's really annoying. I guess we have a Transmog. Turn this into a random 4-drop. That's probably fine. Have a random 4 that hopefully doesn't put eggs in our deck. Yep, deal. Take 3 from that all day. Ooh, deal. That's what we were looking for. I'm going to close the game. Ooh, reversion. Do not want to revert that. Sure. How are you get to Runic Diminishing next turn? I'm so excited. Is everyone excited for Runic Diminishing? I am excited for Runic Diminishing. God, we're gonna mill them. Ooh. Look at that, opponent. Got some funnies, some fun ones there. Mill 3 cards. I played an action. Ooh, I played got a thing that generated an action. Sounds good. Oh, and this created an action. That's funny. So we played an action that made a troop that made 2 actions. God, what a combo. What a combo. My random action generated a random troop that generated actions. Withering Gaze. I'm gonna Verdict of the Ancient Kings that and keep you out of my hands so you don't know what's up. And, you know, mill 3 cards off your deck. Get out of here. Decree of Banishing, sure. Probably my Oculus going away. No! No, not my Oculus! Please! Please come back! I love my Oculus. That's a good pickup. Valor this Storko. Alright, deck for 7 here. Hey, any counterspell is great here. Sure. They took my Dark Heart. Is that great for me? I can't tell if that's great for me or awful for me. Cripple it and then let them die to it. I feel like if they want to sit there and sacrifice non-socketed cards, they're not going to be able to beat my Paragon of Thought. Upgrade. Sure. Focus. Even a shard is a random action here. Do that. Oh. Oh. Make this a 3/2. Copy that. Lots of dark hearts. Alright. They have to sacrifice 2 things. Give me my thing back? Oh, baby! Oh, baby, a 5/7 flyer. It's exciting. It's exciting. Thank you, opponent. God bless you putting that dark heart into play. When I activate their champion power, because I'll just lose it to dark hearts. So my opponent from the Ashes is, this is our dark heart, just for reference. I'm not sure why they from the Ashes that they could have just like gotten a 5/5. Alright, I think at this point I actually want to just like cut through their stuff here. Like actually kill them. I have this weave and nothing gets into the unknown, so it's just like attack for a bunch of damage here. There's a couple of cards that like can't be countered. GG's opponent. And this deck's not a fantastic ladder deck. Oh geez, we didn't even mean, if we get to Cosmic, I thought that was the match for Cosmic. Alright, let's play one more and get into Cosmic, and then maybe we'll brew something new. Withering Gaze. Discard spells are a proactive answer to counters. Withering Gaze is the best proactive answer. Well, wait for our ladder match to pop. I'd just like to say good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. We're hanging out today playing some Hex Shards of Fate, Frostheart Standard Constructed. If you're enjoying what you see, I encourage you to show support. Use that follow button there on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, maybe think about stepping up that support a little bit by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You also support my content by supporting my sponsors. HexPrimal.com would love to buy and sell Hex CCG cards with you. Use code Jeff5 at checkout there. You could save 5% on your orders while also supporting my content here. This hand is great, as Tony the Tiger once said. Focus. Looking for some resources here. 10 out of 10. Grab a resource. Okay, you need to hold on for a second. Hold on. There you go. I think I'm going to get a non-resource at this point. This is probably going to draw cards for us. And I guess if we need a resource, we could probably weave into a resource. And we drew a 1-drop, so it's just like perfect. I would like to point out that Dingle technically isn't a counter. Blightbark Kaigu. Hey, Zara, no problem. You're used to a format where like counter spells are unplayable, right? Like things that are not playable in Modern, counter spells. Block. This trade is actually pretty bad for him because, like, we're a Dark Heart deck, so, like, having extra random crappers laying around seems like... Oh my god, I played the wrong shard. Holy crap. Holy crap, I played the wrong shard. Well, remember when we talked about him making a bad play? Well, I just made an awful play. I get to draw cards with this, I guess, but this should be in their discard pile, and I should have put a random non-resource on top of my deck. We've made a terrible mistake. That's exactly correct. Holy crap. Jake was over here asking me to play with the tablet. I was reading the chat. And, yep, there's another urn here. Okay. 10 out of 10 blocking here. That's fine. Try and lie down in this bed that we've made. I think I'm just going to run this into a hero fall here. Maybe this is a bad use of this card. The only the hero fall, we're in a great spot, but like, I'm going to have to wait 2 more turns to play this with hero fall protection, so I might as well just like eat this. Yeah, like could you imagine if my opponent just like only had a 2/2 Runir here? Like it just wouldn't be a big deal at all. It's actually a pretty big deal. We could very likely lose the game because of that. Yeah, it looks like it's hung. I pressed my pass key, it didn't do anything. This Unity update in this patch has been a little rough around the edges for sure. Several visual glitches and some hangs. We hadn't had hangs like that for a while. Last few patches, they're back again. I assume this is going to eat it. If this doesn't eat it, we're in a great spot. We have a free block here since this is going to die to this anyways. Yep. It's no longer a free block. I think we're still supposed to take it. Good for a transmog, run into the unknown. They have more cards in hand than me, so yeah, I guess we'll play this Adjudicator. Man, if I would have taken the hit, I'd have gained some life off of this. Things to think about. For a transmog, run into the unknown. Get to block here, which is nice. And this guidance draws an extra card. Maybe I should have done that. No, there aren't sweepers in these shards. 10 out of 10 taking this trade here. Maybe I'm supposed to eat that, actually. I can see that being a thing I want to do. That's gross. Alright, well that escalated quickly. Probably pretty dead here. The miss sequence on turn 3 really biting us. It's like we're like under so much more pressure than we would have been if I would have been able to, like, we actually just like haven't played this weave into nothing. We didn't do anything with our resources that turn because I played the wrong shard. Just gonna go ahead and pack it in. Too low that Psychic Ascension can't save us at this point. Runic Diminishing seems great. Into the Unknown seems great. Bride's Fall is fine. Dingle's okay. Silver Talon Adjudicator's not fantastic this matchup. Thunderfield Seer is not fantastic. Darkthan's Glory is pretty bad. Do this. Yeah, I think I want to do that. I have an extra sight in my board. Maybe I want the extra sight. I think it's probably better than a Seer, actually. Yeah, there's pseudo sweepers. We're gonna board in this Runic Diminishing and see how it feels. Like, this is definitely a matchup where we want this type of effect, so. And like, that game, like, only got out of control because of the wrong resource played on the third turn of the game. Like, we're under just, like, infinitely less pressure if we just, like, cast my counterspell on 3. Eldurathan's Glory, a lot of their things are too big for it to void, so I don't think it's worth playing. Yeah, that's exactly what Ace did there. Like, you could look at that game and say, like, oh, I got kind of unlucky. Like, my opponent had the hero fall for my dark card and yada yada yada. But really, like, that game snowballed because I, like, played the wrong shard on turn 3. Oh, is that what happened? Wow, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it now. I think you're right. Biggs Wine. So, it wasn't the kids distracted me. It was actually just bugged, right? Yeah, I think... Wow. So, we actually just got ranched by the bug there. You're right, because I thought I played a Sapphire. But, like... I didn't want to, like, say I played a Sapphire, like, if Jake was distracting me at the time, so I just, like, assumed I had messed up. That's really annoying. Huh. Yeah, you're right, because when we focused, I thought I was grabbing a diamond, but then it was a Sapphire, and I was like, alright, well, I just, like, maybe I looked at it wrong. Hold on. I am. Yeah, I just pulled up. So Culmination of Blood, there's 2 troops and crypts right now. I think I'm just casting this Runic Diminishing here. I think we're going to wait on this until we can hold up Weave as well. That's okay. Their board's definitely worse. Let's do this. Sweet. Make their board worse again. Transform this into a Mary Squirrel. That's kind of scary. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm going to transmog it for that reason. Give him a random 2-drop. Alright, there you go. Huh. Do you have any prophecies out still? I have a troop that draws 2 cards out, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna weave into nothing this because I don't want them to have a chance to draw the troop that has double prophecy on it next turn. Oh, this had 1 draw on it, right? I gotta get used to the scrolling text thing. So there's 4 troops in Crypt, so their discard your hand thing costs 6 right now. Yes, Fate Weave can put eggs on top of your deck. Let's put hopefully a not egg on top of my deck. Man, Silvertailed Adjudicator draws cards against these decks. It's so good. I guess I don't need to quantify that with against these decks. But Silvertailed Adjudicator draws cards in general. It's so good. I wonder if I want some verdicts in this matchup since they have Culmination of Blood. Really care about that. Am I weaving that? I guess this keeps that on lock. Into the Unknown's pretty decent. Draw a couple extra cards here. Into the Unknown is kind of good with Silvertail Adjudicator too, because it puts an extra card back in their hand, which is nice. No plans for Magic today. It's rude. That's more rude. Alright, well, I guess we'll transmog this. Get rid of the Transmog the Runeer. So that makes me discard my hand. If you check this article out, it's a written primer for Focus on Magic players. So because they have all these copies of Culmination in Blood, there might have been a big merit there to just like waiting on my champion power, since like I already had some cards in my hand to like wait till I could spend more of my resources to protect my hand a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Really don't care about that right now. This is not socketed, and we've got two Dark Arts in play. And you had a Thought Collector. That's a pretty good draw. I guess it's worse than a Hero Fall. I'm going to put a resource on top of my deck here because my opponent is likely going to sacrifice their Thought Collector on their turn, and then they get to draw the top card of my deck. So, draw a resource. Enjoy. Why did they... That seems really loose, because now these are their only two non-socketed cards, and they're going to have to sacrifice... Okay, so there's like losing the Lanupaw gang. I think Thought Collector is just like a good main deck card. It's a very powerful effect. Hey, Gym Class Hero. Oh, they had the Rotten Rancor in their hand already? Sure. That makes sense. Wait, they didn't have any cards in their hand, right? Actually unsure now. I think I just have to fight through this. Yep. This is still gonna die next turn, which is nice. He's gonna play these resources out. Might as well. The only thing we really could have done differently this game was holding our champion power to play around the Culmination in Blood. The second Culmination in Blood. I think if Strangle here, I'm going to feel kind of bad. Oh, that makes sense. Transmog the as you can so they don't get a random thing back from their crypt. Death Cry. Wow, that's really good against us. Oh, Transmog. Yeah, we're down to 24 resources, but that's more because of guidance than because of Fate Weave in general. We're like playing 4 more cantrips so we can play less lands, less resources. This Lanupaw gang is probably going to eat us alive. I think they have enough stuff. Yeah, the fact that we haven't had a PA in the top half of our deck is pretty rough for us. Why would you shift that to here? That seems bad. This comes back anyways. Teach their own, I guess. If we're not actually not in that bad of a spot right now, like because they shifted this onto here, I feel like they should have like put this onto something cheap and then like kept bringing that cheap thing back. I'm gonna attack with just that, yeah. So like if we hit an action that does something relevant, like an Into the Unknown would be kind of insane here. Please hit something bad. God, that's so good. Please. Please draw our Prophesied card next turn so they don't take it from us. Alright, well, we get to Fate Weave a shard to the top of our deck. God, he went to the next level. Fuck. Ah, jeez. So we're actually just dead now? Yep. Alright, well, we lost game 2 to a bug, but, or game 1 to a bug. That game we just didn't have a PA in the top half. Maybe I'm supposed to put a random action. Maybe I'm supposed to put a random action, a random non-resource on top anyways, because then they're not getting my prophesied card regardless. So that way if they do what happens there, I get a non-resource next turn. I lost game 1 to a bug track, so I don't know. It's kind of a shitty match from this side of the table. Sounds great. God, these dark cards are so much better when they always cost 4. We couldn't counter your Runic Hierophant on 3 because a visual bug made a Diamond Shard look like a Sapphire Shard. So I played a Sapphire Shard from my hand, and then we got a Diamond Threshold. Yeah, it's really bad. We have to be really careful during the CC. I really hope they fix it before next weekend. It really better be fixed before then. Alright, well, Illusion of Choice. This is why Guidance is better than Arcane Focus, right? Like, Arcane Focus is often a resource or a non-resource, but sometimes it just gives you 2 of 1 and you don't need that one. In game 2 you played really well. Like, I should have put a non-resource on top of my deck with that Fate Weave, knowing that she'd, like, not sack the Thought Collector, and then, like, I could have a chance to be in that game. The fact that we just didn't have a PA in the top half of our deck meant we couldn't keep up in that second game. Especially when you, like, resolved the second Culmination in Blood. The big turning point was the fact that I probably should have held my... I probably shouldn't have played my champion power the turn I did, because you could Culmination in Blood me and I couldn't use all of the cards anyways. Actually, to be in a really good spot this game, because, like, we just have Dark Heart on turn 4 on the play. They miss a shard drop here that's probably lights out. Yeah, yep. I'm probably pretty hosed here. We're just gonna go, like, Dark Heart into second Dark Heart. They need to have, like, main deck Gruesome Deed here to get out of this, which a lot of them don't have. It's probably good in this matchup. If you think your Diamond Sapphire matchup is bad with Kaigalichu, it's probably great. Which I think from the Diamond Sapphire side, I feel ahead against Kaigalichu. So yeah, it's probably a good card for you. If you feel like Diamond Sapphire is popular enough that you want to play a narrow sideboard card, it's probably fine. Like you had a bunch of them. All right, so I've gotten attacked. Oh, they have a Cremate here. Yeah, I'm just not going to block. Oh, you only have 2. Okay, that makes me feel worse. Yeah, I think I could have played around that by not activating my champion power. And like I said, the fact that we missed on PA in the top half of our deck didn't help either. Probably should do this first. See what non-resource we get. Yeah, still would ended up being the same. I'd be pretty surprised if they found room for Sabretooth in their deck. You have a pretty limited number of slots in the Red Links deck of, like, things you can play like that. Maybe Sabretooth is better than Gravengeist? I don't actually know. I can see that being real. And now, like, if my opponent attacks in with this to try and draw some cards, we could, like, play Silvertall Adjudicator next turn to draw cards back. So I think that's great for us. We're also going to get some life here. 10 out of 10 blocking if they do it. We actually get to draw cards with this anyways, right? Let's go Shard. Yeah, the Gravengeist is really good. Like I said, the amount of slots that you can have in the Red Links deck for non-Underworld troops is really low. Yeah, right? I mean, like, this is the matchup where, like, the extra Dark Heart comes in out of the sideboard. The 4th Dark Heart is in here for these non-Hero Fall. Basically, almost every non-Hero Fall deck, the 4th Dark Heart comes in. Don't have a second one. Don't have a second one. If they have a cremate here, they could be in this game, potentially. Oh, they could have 2 cremates, right? If they have 2 cremates, we're actually probably gonna die. We couldn't play it around this in any way, so, like... Yep, alright. Gotta have Adjudicator next turn, I guess. I could have... No, if I wouldn't have attacked, I wouldn't have blocked here anyways, because I need this back. Woof. Start on this, see if we find anything better. We probably don't have anything better than Adjudicator to play, but let's just double check. Yep. Gain 5. Go. And they lose one of these, and then Adjudicator can block the other. Yeah, Red Links is the type of deck that, like, it's never just out of any match. Like, it's very powerful. If they ever move for this, we could die. No, Red Links did not get any upgrades. If they attack with everything, I'm going block here, trade here. Alrighty. I guess next turn they get to attack with the Skavengeist, which is pretty good, because they get to sack this to the Dark Heart. Oh, this draws 2 cards. Alright, well, I'm going to play this and put a non-resource on top of my deck here. Let's play this and hopefully find some action. Oh, that draws only 1 card. And it drew another Psychic Ascension. Alright, well, we could die here. There's definitely... Playing 2 Psychic Ascensions in your deck is not free. It has a very, very real cost to it. We did find an action, yep. There was 1 PA left in our deck. Tilt. Yep. Alright. Well, you know, we're going to 3 here. Okay. Dead? Holy shit, we're dead. That's fine. This matchup's pretty good for us. We got 3rd Glory, extra Dark Heart. And believe it or not, the 2 Psychic Ascensions that we died with in our hand get boarded out in this matchup. Just both of those are gone. This is pretty bad. Totem Traps and Pride's Falls are good. How many Lanupaw slates do I want to cut? Probably most of them. This is why Jeff was advocating cutting Geist for Sabretooth, right? You understand? Get him out of here. I think Into the Unknown is fine in this matchup. I really don't want to go down to 2. You think so? You think this is bad? I guess I'm bringing in more efficient ways to remove it. Just leave the 3rd Weave in. I'd buy that for $1. It's not terribly resource efficient. It leaves a random thread around. Want some more Z-Bar? Dad's got the hookup. See, it's great. Thunderfield Seer on 1 is the best play you could make in this matchup, in case anyone was wondering. You watch any of the summer games done quick stream? I'm not sure what you mean, Bardic. What are summer games? If that refers to some type of sporting event, I have not. And this is why this is our best turn 1 play. Nice Death Seeker. Here's my Thunderfield Seer. Perfect. Go grab a resource here with this guidance. I think we're just gonna Pride's Fall this turn cycle. And I'm gonna... Ooh, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna Pride's Fall this before playing a resource in case we draw a Slow Shard, but now I'm gonna get my Thunderfield Seer on here and then play this Pride's Fall. Let's get that out of there before it turns into a 3-3 on their turn. That's a pretty good one. Hit a non-Slow Shard next turn. Hopefully... I said that last time. I said we had turn 4 Dark Card on the play and we were gonna lock them out, and then we just got Red Links anyways, so we're not gonna make any bold statements this time. Block, block. Alright, it's decent. I'd love to draw a resource here. Draw 2 resources, like Christmas! So we get to X-Mog this dork and the next turn Glory if we want to. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Balmy breezes blowing through ya. I'm gonna transmog this now in response to the Emperor's Lackey because I don't want them to be able to sacrifice this to the Emperor's Lackey in response to me transmogging it. Deal. So they're gonna hit their champ power and get 3 things here. And the next turn we'll play this Glory and just like void everything but this Emperor's Lackey. And like this attack screams Glory. But that's fine. They don't get to change anything about their game plan because they know I have a Glory coming. Hey, it was actually a Diamond Shard. Look at that. Life's like a diamond. Boom, 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 boom. And they're gonna sacrifice these to like put their things in the bin. That's fine. This is optimal. They want all the scrounge water they can get, but we're still taking 3 things off their board, adding a 5/5. I got you, Tiny Savage. Yeah, you're a Tiny Savage. I love you, Tiny Savage. No plays on Steesaurus. We get to attack for 5 here, and then, like, go Seer into Darkheart. And then, like, we get to attack with this again next turn. It's like, sign me up. So, like, even if they answer this Darkheart, like, there's a little Glory hanging out here beaten down. Second Darkheart probably just locks it up. There are a lot of really small visual glitches in this patch. And yeah, right now, the gems don't light up colors like they used to. That's pretty good. That's a card that could get them back in this game if I didn't have the second dark card, so I'm glad we picked up this. You have a 3/3 that's going to die to my Dark Heart. Hopefully we hit a resource here, so that way we can play Dark Heart with Weave up. Might actually wait a turn cycle. If we get a non-slow shard here, we can champ power. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. Glory's pretty good. I think I'm supposed to do this and just hold the Weave up. I think that's the conservative thing to do here. We can find that Glory later. Like, this is going to check what my opponent's already doing. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit the champ power and then draw 2 here. Issue my life total is a bit of a resource. Take a hit for 3. And then, yeah, especially with another Weave now. And then next turn, we can play this with a Weave up to protect it. I'm gonna take the Silver Talon at this point, because in the off chance they draw another Gemborn Prowler, we need a way to actually kill them. But sans a Gemborn Prowler, this game is over. Sure. I'm going to counter a second threat here because it's going to allow them to pressure my life total. Alright, game the third. Going to win this game on the draw. It's a tough one. If we want to change anything on how we boarded, though. It does, assuming you get a non-socketed card. If you transmog your card into a non-socketed card, into another socketed card, it'll still void. Hex is like magic in that it checks upon when you put the thing, when you choose the target and when it resolves if that target is valid. I'm going to keep this. We're on the draw. This guarantees us a resource, and most of our resources are Sapphire at this point. Maybe this is a little loose because it doesn't do anything till 4, but like Dark Heart into Dark Heart is so good. Nah, Saber's probably a mulligan. We're going to die. That's fine. I didn't want to be Cosmic anyways. That's fine. We're going to draw a Sapphire here, and then we're going to focus into a Transmog. And they'll be great. Sometimes we teach by do as I say, not as I do. This is a good example of a hand you shouldn't keep. Regardless of how this game works out, we should have mulliganed this hand. Just, let's be above the board here. Don't be results-based. Diamond Shard. Ooh, alright. Well, you know, let's find the transmog now. Regardless of how lucky I am, if there's justice, we'll die. I agree, Ace. If there's justice in the world, we will die in a blaze. Okay, yep, Totem Trap's a good draw. Maybe we'll be really lucky and they'll miss their third shard. Rats. Maybe we'll be kinda lucky and they won't have a Speed Crusader. Yeah, right, Dev? I feel like that attitude exists among a lot of people. It's just like, it's really not correct. And that's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest biases you have to break as a TCG player. It's like, did I make the correct decision here? Well, I won. Well, that doesn't mean I made the correct decision. Like, the outcome of, the result of what happened in the specific game does not mean the percentage play that I made was correct. Alright, I mean, if we're only taking 4 here, down to 18, to 5, whatever. Cycling a coin instead of adding more pressure to the table is pretty decent for us. They don't have another 1-drop here. I'm going to be kind of up in a big way. Oh, they do have another 1-drop. Okay, so we're taking 6 here. So we're not in the clear just yet. This Silver Talon Adjudicator could help us stabilize this game for sure, though. So we're going to get to go 2 Silver Talon Adjudicators. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so we'll pass here. If opponent plays something worth weaving, we'll weave it. Otherwise, we'll trap this inside of combat. Activated my trap card, opponent. Which of these am I supposed to kill? Probably this one, because I can block this one better. So they'll sack this to the Emperor's Lackey, and we'll take 7 here, down to 9. If they have removal for the Dark Heart, we're going to be up a creek without a paddle here. I mean, we're going to lose this game badly because my head was bad. Like, we've got a bunch of 4-drops. Honestly, there might... Yep, that's, yep. There might be an argument for just playing Silver Talon Adjudicator here, but I think I'm just going to play this, and if they have the thing, we'll just die. So, dead to Gemborn, dead to Casualty of War. Oh, alright, not dead yet. I'm not dead yet! You will be soon, Grandpa! Oh, oh no! Oh no, please don't kill me, opponent. We're dead to Lasgar Cremate. Dead to a lot. Dead to stuff. Dead to Crusader, Lasgar. Still pretty dead to Gemborn Prowler. Dead to Casualty of War. Gruesome Deeds not good for us. There's a lot of things that are... Oh yeah, Rust Bucket Distractor. That's real bad for us. Dead to Cremate now. Oh no! Oh no! Dead to coins. Doot doot. Alright, we died. Let's play one more. God, we lost both our stars, so we're like back from Cosmic now. Okay, dudes, no, stop it. I open the gates. Dude, give me my Wi-Fi card back. Stop it. It's tough when you're 2 and you can't have everything you want in life, huh? Yeah, it seems great. Glory is particularly good against my combos. We've been evicted. You have a new puppy? This is 10 out of 10 just getting us a resource here. Want to make sure we hit this dark card on curve. And we play the guidance before we play a shard in case we draw a slow shard there. Hey, Get Rain. Thank you for the cheer tracks. I do appreciate it. That's, you know, a reason why Glory is good. Let's clean up all these Dorcases. Nope, that is... Okay, I wanted to play this to represent the other one, but since we don't actually have it, it's not too big of a deal. I'd be more upset that I misclicked there if I actually had the weave into nothing, but I don't, so it's whatever. Go Shard, Dark Heart. Keeps these ground pounders in check. Eats the Bambly bot. If they have an answer to this, Glory gets to come down. Yep. So unfortunately, Dark Heart is non-socketed, so they don't actually lose their Warp Stealer or Depth Crawler ever to this. I don't think it's worth playing the Glory out here to just void these two, and I'm going to lose the Glory to my Dark Heart right away, so I think I'm just going to keep passing here. Dark Heart mostly keeps their board in check. If they feel like a second Warp Steel Shard Sworn, I'm willing to play Glory to, like, clean up 2 cards, but, like, cleaning up just 1 card doesn't seem particularly great. Or if they go, like, super wide in a turn, like they make a Bumblebot, play a Seer, and play something else, then we'll play Glory and clean up a bunch of them. I don't know that Bomba's got much worse. You won plenty of games. Like, this didn't have the Valor Gem anyways. Your Blamsmiths are slightly worse, and your Hearts are slightly worse. There's literally a card that lets you play multiple resources a turn in Standard. It's Ruby Wild. It's a 4/2, 3-drop. Yeah, that's the one. Tom got it. My opponent keeps playing draw 3s and then discarding a card. So, like, their draw 2, discard 1. No point in attacking here because they'll just chump it, and I want to keep these guys back. Thank you. Thank you. You want that? The whistle's driving Joey crazy. We're about to get Lasgard vengeance, aren't we? Transmog this, that way it's likely to get cleaned up by the Glory. So take speed off of it. I'm gonna block the Depth Crawler here. Fire in the Hole. That's a real Hex card. Alright, yep. I'll take 5 here. Thankfully, Glory's gonna come wiggle around here. But I mean, Daozu, in the end, does it even matter? We've got 7 cards. We've got a 5/5. 5/5 Steadfast are pretty good in this matchup. That guy can get big enough to tango with this. Milled my Adjudicator value. It's a good clean answer to the Ember Tongue Scarn. It was back when Magic Online had a usable interface, Klutz. Oh, the basement streams. Oh, the basement streams. I missequenced this. I should have Fate Weaved and then done this because I likely just Fate Weaved a card that's now not prophesied to the top of my deck. Whereas if I would have Fate Weaved that action and then played this, I would have ended up being able to play it next turn. Fate Weave is good with Prophecy if you have a brain. Unfortunately, I do not. Alright, it's Deece. Didn't matter. Alright, and a pretty good spot here. Do you want this? Dude, you dropped it on the floor. So we have Weave, and we got Transmog to cover this Dorcas. I guess we technically have a Silver Talon Adjudicator to keep it in check, too. Weave's been very good. I've been very, very happy with Weave. Block like this? I think so. I have a Lasgar covered with Weave. Oh, this is Prophesize the draw card? So yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 gonna Weave counter this because it stops them from drawing a card as well since the Prophecy is from a Thunderfield Seer. Now if they have a Lasgar, they get to clean up my board, but that's fine because I have a PA to follow it up. You want me to pull this off? He wants me to break his recorder. That's why he's complaining. He's complaining because he wants me to break his recorder. Kids, man. Alright, so Dingle's okay in this matchup. Into the Unknown seems pretty terrible. Darkheart's okay. PA's okay. I think I want to do this. I just don't want too much top end here. If I'm bringing in a Glory, I think I need to cut a PA. They could be slowing down post-board too is the thing, though. Transmogrifade's kind of medium here. We didn't see Flickering Gobbler out of them. I'm gonna bring in 2 Verdicts just in case to like counter to their sights and stuff. Let's give this a go. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm really glad that they made it an uncommon too, so it's like super accessible. Like this format, dollar-wise, like when sets 3 and 4 rotate and like Transmogrifade and Runic Hierophant aren't legal anymore, Standard's gonna be really cheap at Hex. I feel like Standard got more expensive at Hex since I started playing, and like with all the pushed cards in this latest set being, basically all the pushed cards are being, uncommons and rares instead of, legendaries, it's, pretty good for dollar-wise of constructed. Just need to get some regular, good value constructed tournaments. Clash is good for the limited side, but, I just want to play constructed for dollar bills, Hex. Yeah, but I mean, like, 500 plat is a far cry from, like, what's it called? You know, like, Matriarch of the Flames. That was much, much more than that. Guidance versus... Alright, well, I guess we take Guidance, because I would like to guaranteed draw spell. They also thought... The Hex community is not aces at evaluating cards. People thought, what's it called was unplayable, too. Lasgar's Vengeance wasn't playable. Yeah, or Vampire King. At least I've figured out what he wants now when he comes over to me and cries. Oh, this one has the plus power on it too. That's annoying. Transmog was not popular at the start of Hex. Dude. Look, there you go. You just gotta figure it out, dude. Yeah. I forgot about that one. People thought Dreaming Fox wasn't playable too. When I switched the champion to Dreaming Fox for the first time, people were like, that champion's not constructed playable, it was barely limited playable. And Dreaming Fox is love, Dreaming Fox is life. I shoved 4 Lasgar's Vengeance into the Mama Yeti McBombus deck and just, like, ran people out of the games. It's real good. Yeah, but Elwin's people didn't reevaluate when the champion's starting health totals changed. Like, I agree, it's definitely worse at 20 health than it is at 25, like, the health total is part of the draw, but, like, when I started playing Hex, it had 25 life, and people were still telling me it's not playable because of that, like, carryover from when it was worse. God, Silver Talon Adjudicator is so good against Bombus. Their hand is always full of cards. I've worked on a lot of Dreaming Fox like decks like that, actually, numbers. Candlelight, I think, is one of my favorite cards out of the new set. Alright, and now we're just going to keep these Darks back to preserve our life total, because we're just going to, like, jam Gloriate extra to just, like, you know, Wrath. This is my 5/5 attached to a Wrath of God. They could hit us for a good bit here. If they kill this, and we chump here, we'll take, like, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not too much. Still plenty of life. And we've got plenty of action left over after we kill everything in play. Combat training, yep. We're blocking everything here. In fact, if they attack with everything, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and, Oh, they have a fire in the hole? They must have a fire in the hole, right? I'm gonna block here so they don't get the combat training back, and I'm gonna block here because it saves me the most life. Takes 5 here down to 18. Like 8 days out this time. Don't get cocky, mother. Play some matches now. Play your Red Lynx deck and convince yourself you're going to play it in the CCS. Matriarch's pretty good here. You don't have a Ruby. That's good for us. Waffle. Matt did it in 3 days this past season. Just for a point of reference for his cockiness. Easy pass here. I have literally all the answers. I'm gonna weave this into nothing. It's basically a 3-for-1. I guess letting them draw cards here is like, okay. Yeah, they're gonna draw cards here. My Silver Talon Adjudicator is gonna be better now. Probably gonna transmog this just to like get a card out of my hand. I'm gonna transmog this now, in case they have a riposte. This puts me down to 5 cards. Silver Talon Adjudicator, go down to... Oh, damn it! Oh, God. I'm so dumb. This was prophesied. Man, I'm stupid. I need to look at my cards. The scroll is still getting me. You can't... I didn't notice there was a scroll box here and that it said prophesied. So I should have played... If I would have played the Diamond Ice, we would have drawn 2 cards off of this. We've drawn 3 cards off of this with the prophecy. That could actually cost us this game. No joke. No joke. That could be... It's weird. Drawing 2 extra cards could be game breaking. Ring-a-ding-ding-da-ding-da-ding-ding. I guess this kind of worked out because I got to Dingle. 10 out of 10. Just going to trade here. Yeah, I think so. Keep my life total high. Hopefully we'll Fox into a glory here. That would be hot. Maybe I'm supposed to wait on this guidance here so I could leave more resources up. That might be correct. That says an extra draw on it. Worth noting. What do you need? You're not coming in. You're a brat. Probably gonna trap this. These games have a lot of back and forth. Both of us have like a ton of cards in hand with choices to make. I think I need to weave this. May feel pretty bad if they have a counterspell. Yep, it's probably dead. That countered the draw from one of these as well. You take a bird to the ground off of this as well? Yeah, we're probably dead here. What game is this? Is this game 3? It feels like game 3. Take a draw step towards a glory here. And get their combat ratings back. Alright. Okie doke. We have a game, as they say. Bradley, what do you actually want? Because you're not having the wireless card off my desk. That's what you want, huh? You want to grab that off of Dad's desk? You can't have that. That's not for toddlers. Hopefully they cast the burn to the ground here and I get to verdict it. And then they can offer this trade. No, you can't have Dad's Pokemon cards either. He needs to sell those.
Uh-oh. He's back. He's back. I'm back.
Probably gonna meet a counter and then die.
I'm back.
If they counter this, the game is actually over.
Back.
I could have another fire in the hole as well.
You die?
Oh, they can combat training this one. No? Okay. Probably attack with these two. Just that. Okay, deal. I'm not giving me outs. That was one of the better draws in our deck. 10 out of 10. One of the better draws in our deck. Oh, I should have attacked there, right? Yeah, that was dumb. I should have attacked there. And if I, so like, small sequencing thing here, if I would have taken the non-slow shard last turn, I could have Totem Trapped that Bumblebot, and then this Dark Heart would have killed one of these Matriarchs. Oh, they have a rotation coming? That's annoying. Yeah, I should have attacked with this last turn, too. So, small mistakes here, like I said. Because now I'm going to sacrifice this to my Dark Heart. The boop boop. Sure. You have a 6/4. Are you going to attack me? Alright, I think I'm doing this. Am I trading here too? You can't have the pen or the wireless card, I'm sorry. I think I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Go to 5. Weave was a fantastic draw. Weave into weave. So we missed 5 points of damage here, so we're behind in the race too, which is bad for us. I assume we're going to try and burn me to the ground here. We know they have another burn to the ground in their hand, so I have to let this resolve. Which kind of sucks. You want more Cheerios? The worst part is, I don't remember if this is game 2 or 3. They're probably going to bury us with the slew of cards that's about to come off the top of their deck from this Lanupaw site. I think this is game 2. Put a non-resource on top of my deck, please. That's one of their better draws. Means I can't keep attacking them anymore. That's a good draw for us. I'm kind of stable at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna attack here. If they attack with both of these, I could Totem Trap one of them, block the other, and like try and turn the corner. Like, imagine if my opponent was -5 life right now from that attack I missed on Glory. We'd be in such an insane spot. Like, we probably would have won this game. And, you know, like, it's really easy to say, like, my opponent, like, had things break the right way, but, like, that really small sequencing, they were just like, I missed this one thing, and, like, the whole game is going to end up having been about that one thing that I ended up missing. One of the things that makes TCG so difficult is that there's a lot of really small decisions, and, like, one really small decision that goes wrong could easily mess up the entire match for you. My opponent snowballs drawing through more of their deck. We did miss the draw 2 on the bird, you're right. Yep. Yeah, it's the little things like that. Those are the things you got to keep track of. Like, imagine if we were +2 cards. If we were +2 cards and they were -4 life. Like, this game is close. Like, they just drew a bunch of cards there, and like maybe one of those extra cards we could have drawn could have been a counterspell. And like, we would have countered through one of their draw 3 there. Very, very possible. Sunsoul Phoenix, sure. That's really bad for us because even when we Totem Trap it, it's going to come back again and again and again. Speaking of birds, Silver Talon Adjudicator would be an insane draw. I think we have one of those left in our deck. Could be anything, even a Silver Talon Adjudicator. When you're good, you're good. Okay. Ship. No, I don't think so. I don't think we really need that kind of effect. Goes to 1. Okay, bold. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. How many actions are left in here? Infinite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can bring that Phoenix back 2 more times. It's casual 2 more. Alright. They hit the mill gem on that, so they flipped over the thing we put on top of our deck. It's annoying. The good news is I get to trade this Silver Talon for this time through. Wait, what? Why wouldn't you attack? I guess it's the same. Why would you bring this back then? I don't understand why you'd bring this back if you weren't going to. God, if they hadn't milled over that, if we'd have drawn a piece of action this turn, God, the mill gem is such a tilt on the Fate Weave. Alright, well, they lose 2 things here. There's no point in attacking because the Sunsoul Phoenix and the Thunderfield Seer are both going to die to these anyways. Oh, he is at 1. That's fair. So a Glory is lethal at any point. Do we have another Glory? 1, 2... No card. Yeah, there's a 3rd Glory left in these 19 cards in our deck here. Things to think about. Yep, he was Sunsoul Phoenix. And if it attacks, we're going to Totem Trap it. I think they're down to 6 actions left in their crypt, so we've almost ground through this Phoenix, which is kind of impressive. You've activated my trap card! Yep. They forgot to activate their Bumblebot. I guess it would just die anyways. Alright, well, you know. Actually dead on board. Because they have 6 actions left in here, so they can attack this, bring it back, and then attack with everything for lethal. Yep. And like, it looks like we have a lot of resources here, but like, realistically, we've seen 42 cards in our deck. So like, drawing 14 resources and 42 cards is probably below average, actually. That was game 2. Alright, good. Memory serves. I probably want Transmog instead of Totem Trap. Now that I know they have Phoenix. I didn't know they had Phoenix after the first game. Got more Cheerios?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Dad's gonna be last match. And then we'll go upstairs and get some real food, okay? Thanks everyone for hanging out here today. I do appreciate it. This is gonna be my last game of the morning. Remember, if you missed any of today's stream, we've been streaming for about 2 hours or so. I'm going to upload it to YouTube after this. You can catch all the Sapphire Diamond goodness there. We've been streaming Hex every day this week, so if you haven't caught all of those, be sure to check out the YouTube page. I don't think Flying Swift Strike is worth it on the Dark Hearts. I think I'd rather they cost 4. That's actually kind of close. Huh. That's actually really interesting. Maybe that's right. Yeah, Darkheart would have just bodied him with Flying and Swift Strike last game, huh? We'll grab a non-resource with this first one, and the second one can grab a resource if we need it. I think he means in this matchup specifically. In general, you want the cost reduction, but in this matchup specifically, Flying and Swift Strike on the Darkheart sounds really good. Gemming is one of the more interesting things about Hex for sure. That's pretty good. Not even just shut down Phoenix, like, just attack our opponent for a bunch, right? Like, they're keeping their board gummed up. Ah, I found a resource with my cantrip. So lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. It is kind of unfortunate that we don't have another diamond for this dork yet. I mean, like, is it any more obnoxious than, like, a 4/4 for 3 that, like, draws 2 cards and has speed? Is it any, as we ask ourselves the question, is it any more obnoxious than Underworld Crusader? That was a pretty good Consult the Talon steal. Draw 5. It's a real shame we didn't have Counter Magic up there. I think I'm going to Transmog this at end step. Hopefully they play a Phoenix for us to Transmog. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here to myself. Let's just draw a Diamond Shard like a professional. It's a Sapphire Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sweet. So next turn we'll get to Glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Balmy breezes blowing through ya. Do 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 beep 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 do do. Pretty easy counter here. Take my 3 for 1. There's a chance they'd have to discard some of these cards, but like I think it's worth stopping that there. Jump here, preserve my life total. One of my teammates had Relic in some of his builds for the CCS that we were testing. It seemed okay. That's the 1-cost artifact, right? That like makes Eternals cheaper. It was cute. I don't know that it was actually good. We're in an okay spot here. You know, we got similar amounts of cards. We've got two draws in the bank here. These Transmogrifades can help keep their board in check. The 5/5 is going to bring them to Pound Town, hopefully. One of these Transmog is prophesized, right? Yeah. There's a prophecy. Yep. Unless I'm misremembering, it doesn't actually take 20 turns, right? Yeah. I thought it like got equal like the highest power among troops you control or something like that. It got multiple counters a turn, I thought. That's annoying. Fire in the Hole's been really impressive out of the opponent's deck. Highest cost. Okay, yeah. So it gets multiple counters. It's probably fine. We're going to want to make sure that verdict resolves. Because if this doesn't resolve, we don't get to draw the 2 extra cards with it. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to let that happen, because like this resolving is pretty important to us. I think our cards are higher quality than theirs, so like, yeah, that's a Phoenix. Transmog this. A random 5, which is still kind of scary, but like it's not a Phoenix that's returning to play at least. Would love to have Dark Heart or a Psychic Ascension. We've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can almost cast PA. Another resource that's almost like a bomb. Touch flooded this game. Probably jump with this next turn. That's pretty good. Maybe I should have just like snapped. I should have called on that Lanupaw site. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fight over this. I'll probably get verdicted back and feel really bad. Whoa, that resolved. Holy crap. God, we are in this game. We were going to be pretty far out of this game if that didn't resolve. I think I'm going to burn this Transmog here just so I can get my hand lower to draw a card with this Adjudicator. Dang it, Bobby. Alright, do over. Alright, we got there, fam. From 1/1 flyer to 0/2. We did it. It took us 2 tries, but we did it. Get a pretty high action density in our deck at this point, so like hitting three draws here should be pretty good. Weave is decent. Let's play this. So we have the maximum resources here. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even count that. Yeah, I didn't. I was just so excited. I was just so tilted that it turned into what it did that I didn't count the. Yeah, we missed gating 5 life here on the Silver Talon Adjudicator. So like I'd be at 22 and I'd have a 1/1 in play right now. You are 110% correct. Things to keep track of with the bird reinforcements. Yep. Maybe I'm supposed to do that there. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to weave that, actually. I should stop clicking as quickly. Getting fire in the hold. It feels like a fire in the hole. Yep, deal. Okay, take 10 down to 11. So, yeah, we basically took 9 extra damage by not taking the 4 last turn. Another shard. Gross. Probably going to lose this game to being flooded. If we had a bunch of extra life, it wouldn't hurt, but... We have like our 5/5 to their 4/4, but they've got a lot of cards in their hand. Like we wouldn't if we had like 3 pieces of action in our hand, I wouldn't feel too terrible. I 10 out of 10 should have weaved their Consult the Talons last turn, and they'd be down 3 cards, and we'd have drawn a piece of action last turn because we'd have fate weaved into it. I think I actually have to fight over this. Yep, so... And the fact that we, like, fought over that, we should have fought over their 3-for-1 last turn. Yep. And we're going to be dead on board here. Need to draw something relevant. 1 more glory in our deck. Bird into glory would be sweet. Just drawing glory would also be okay. Could be anything. We know it's a spell, though. Dead. Alright, sweet. Kind of a low note to end the stream on. We definitely made a lot of mistakes this match, though. The games are long, and when the games go long with decks like this, it's pretty easy to make sequencing mistakes. So we lost the last 2 matches there. One of them we lost game 1 to a bug, and the second one we lost to a little bit of flood and a combination of missequencing against the Kaigalichu deck. I think these new cards we added seem reasonable. I don't know that I'm a fan of Runic Diminishing over Clash of Steel on the board, but Into the Unknown felt okay. Guidance seems great. Let's just play slightly less resources. I think I like the ice over the coins. Having 8 cantrips also makes the Psychic Ascensions much less awkward. Like, having 2 Psychic Ascensions, we can cast them much more consistently when we have 8 cantrips kind of cycle through our deck and play more actions kind of rapid fire. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the day. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I do appreciate it. So remember, if you missed today's stream, we went for about 2.5 hours playing the Sapphire Diamond control deck. This is not a deck you want to play if you want to ladder quickly with. 0 out of 10 would not recommend laddering if you want to ladder fast. Go ahead and give someone else a host. Catch y'all around later.